Okay. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for tuning in our corporate insight session for today with OCK Group. And my name is Aiman from the research team. For today, we'll be getting a thing or two corporate insight from OCK Group, leading telco network solution provider. The group has been strategically expanding its presence, across Southeast Asia, and continues to position itself in the key emerging markets such as Myanmar, Vietnam, and also Indonesia. So I think from here, we believe that OCK intends to become one of the largest independent Southeast Asia telco tower companies, and currently has a portfolio of more than 5.5k towers. And with us today, we have Datuk David, the Group CEO, and also the ED for OCK Group, to give us an overview on what OCK is doing lah. And I think shortly after that, we will open for Q&A session. And for attendees for today, feel free to drop your golden question into the chat box, and I'll read it out for you lah. So I think before we start, I should go through a disclaimer first. So hold on, yeah. Okay. This presentation has not been reviewed by Security Commission Malaysia or SC, and it is presented for general information only lah, and does not constitute any recommendation. Hence, we do not liable for any action you took. And yeah, I think, and with that, I think we can start our session for today. Over to you, Datuk.
Okay, thank you, Aiman. My name is David Low. I'm a group CEO of OCK Group Berhad. Okay, I will go through a few slides with you guys. So I think let's start now, Aiman. Next slide. Who is controlling the slide?
Should be
Next
look on you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I will start with company overview. Hold on, let me adjust my screen. It's too small. Oh. Toggle full screen. Okay. Okay, let's start. I will give you some background of OCK Group Berhad. OCK started business back in year 1099. So this is 25 years OCK are in business. We started as small subcontractors to build and construct 3G towers, and also to install 3G radio equipments. After that, we listed on Bursa in year 2012, July. About 18 months after listed on ACE Bursa, we transferred to main board in year 2014. Today, our market capital is around 550 million ringgit Malaysia. In total, we have 3,800 plus employees in Malaysia, Indonesia, Vietnam, Myanmar, and also Laos. As a Malaysian company, OCK HQ is located in Shah Alam, Grand Mary. Okay. Our core business is in the telecommunication industry. We are the biggest turnkey telecommunication network service provider in Malaysia. Our customers are mainly mobile operators such as 5G company, DNB, Celcom, Digi, Maxis, U-Mobile, and Telecom Malaysia. Also, we have another batch of customer consists of technology vendors like Huawei, ZTE, Nokia, and Ericsson. The second largest market for OCK is in Indonesia. In Indonesia, we are the number one tower managed service provider in Indonesia. We are managing close to 50,000 towers in entire Indonesia. In Vietnam, we own a tower company in Vietnam. We are the biggest independent tower company in Vietnam. I think as of today, we own around 3,650 towers in Vietnam. We started our business operation in Laos officially in the beginning of this year. So we have a tower license given by Laos government. So we are going to build our own tower in Laos. Okay, move to next slide. Okay, this is the quick milestone of OCK. As mentioned to you, we started business back in year 1000. I think you mentioned it 2000. Okay, another key milestone is we venture into Myanmar market in year 2016, and the following year in 2017 we venture into Vietnam market through acquisition. So we acquire 1,900 towers from a PE fund called Vina Capital. Today we have growth this portfolio from 1,900 to 3,650 towers in Vietnam. Okay, in 2022 we started the 5G towers. We signed a master leasing agreement with Digital National Berhad, the 5G company of Malaysia. Okay, 2023 we incorporated a tower company in Laos. This is a joint venture company. OCK own 70%, another 30% owned by Ministry of Finance Laos. Okay, next please. It's so sorry, delay. Okay, business overview. In OCK, we have 5 core business pillars. By revenue, telecommunication network service is our OCK core business, generating almost 85% of our total group's revenue. And then green energy and power solution. So we own solar farms. We have 30 solar farms. And also we involve quite actively recently in the data center backup power solutions. Another business that we are still doing in small scale is M&E business. And then another small business we are still doing is trading. We are selling some fiber cables and also accessories to our customers in Malaysia. This year, January, we set up a new division called Digital Solutions. So we set up a team of 5 people to explore the digital solutions opportunities in Malaysia, in the medical healthcare industry and also in transportation industry. Next. Okay, these are our key customer of OCK Group Berhad, mainly mobile operators, tower companies, and also technology vendors. Next. Okay, this is another view to explain to you our telecommunication network services footprint in Southeast Asia. For contract business here means telecommunication full turnkey contract to build tower and to build fiber network for our operators. So we are doing this in quite a big scale in Malaysia. Our customer are Telecom Malaysia, Maxis, Celcom Digi, and Mobile. Second is build and lease tower. So build and lease tower means OCK build our own tower, and then we lease our tower space to mobile operators. So we are doing this business in Malaysia, Myanmar, and Vietnam. So in total, we own around 5,500 towers in these three countries. We are going to start Laos soon. Hopefully, before end of the year, we'll be able to build our first few towers in Laos. Okay, the third scope of work is managed services and resource supply business. So managed services is to provide the full fresh maintenance service to maintain our customer tower facility, genset, power system, and also their radio antenna system. So it can be a 3G radio antenna system and 4G radio antenna system. We are doing this scope in Myanmar, Malaysia, and Indonesia. We are number one player in Indonesia in terms of market share. I think we own our market share in Indonesia, I believe, is in the range of 45 to 48%. We are managing about almost 50,000 towers in Indonesia. Okay, the last one is solar renewable energy. We own solar farms, as I explained earlier on. We own 30 small solar farms, and we are doing this business only in Malaysia. Next. Okay, in telecommunication network service, we are doing three main scope of works. One is tower core business, as I explained. We build our own tower and we lease the tower space to our customers. Second is full turnkey solution. We are the full turnkey contractors for mobile operators or fixed operator to build their tower and also their fiber network in Malaysia. And then the last one, managed services. So this is a full-fledged maintenance to maintain their tower facility, power, and also their radio equipment. Next. Okay, just want to give you some ideas. So these are the towers that I mentioned. So the first one, this is three-legged big towers. I think we can see these kind of towers along North-South Highway, quite common. But in the city, urban area, there's no more this kind of tower. I think government does not allow to have this kind of tower in city and urban area. Okay, this is another type of design we call ground-based monopole towers, typically 30 meters. And then this is the one on the rooftop. We can see quite regular, quite commonly seen in Taman housing area. Those are on top of the shop lots. This is an in-building solution. In-building solution is to install the in-building antenna in the big shopping mall. So because the outdoor tower will not be able to provide sufficient signal level inside the building, especially those in the ground floor, basement, or in the center of the mall. So we need to have in-building antennas inside the buildings. So OCK, we have like 20 over buildings in KL areas. Our latest project was this pavilion in Bukit Jalil. We put up a few hundred in-building antennas there. Okay, and this is a 5G structure. I think nowadays quite common. We can see this a lot in KL city area and also in the Taman. So typically this is around 15 to 17 meters height. Okay, next. Okay, just to give you a quick overview of our own towers. In Vietnam, explained to you earlier, we own 3,650 towers. This is OCK towers. We own the tower. And we built this tower and then we lease to mobile operators to receive a monthly recurring rental income. So typically the contract, we sign a master leasing agreement with our customer, mobile operators. So typically it's a 10 years contract. Okay. Then we own 1,200 towers in Myanmar, and then 650 towers in Malaysia. The tenancy ratio is good, 1.4 in Vietnam, 1.5 in Malaysia, and 1.4 in Myanmar. Tenancy ratio means 1.4 means 40% of Vietnam towers having more than one tenant. So because tower is actually one of the key business case for tower is to sharing. So operator does not need to build their own tower. So two of them or three of them can co-share one tower. Okay. Next. This is a full turnkey solution. So as explained earlier on, we are the full turnkey contractor to build tower and also fiber network for our customer in Malaysia. So we do end-to-end scope, meaning once customer want to build a tower or want to lay a fiber from point A to point B, so OCK have to start to identify the location to build the tower and then design the tower and then erect, and then after that hand over to them. This is what I mean by end-to-end scope. Okay. Next. And this is managed services. So managed services is a full-fledged maintenance services to maintain our customers' tower facility, power, and their radio antenna system. So Indonesia, we actually managing 54,920 towers. So 46% market share. Malaysia, we are doing we are having a 23% market share, and we are managing 11,300 towers sites in Malaysia. Next. Okay, solar. We own 30 small solar farms in Peninsula and also in Sabah. There are 5 solar farms in Sabah, and then the rest are in Peninsula. So these solar farms are owned by OCK. We come out with our own capex. We build this solar farm, and then we sell this solar farm electricity up to TMB for 21 years. Besides as a farm owner, OCK actually also EPC in this segment. In fact, we are the first one to build the largest outdoor solar farm in Malaysia back in year 2014. At that time, the solar, the size is 10 megawatt at this KLIA open car park. Until today, the solar farm is still around. Okay, next. Okay, financial snapshot. Okay, this is our financial numbers. So comparing last year and this year. So the first half of this year is not doing as good as last year. Last year was the very good year for OCK, record high. Our revenue in 2023 was 722 million ringgit Malaysia, with profit of 44 million. So this year is a very quiet year for telco industry in Malaysia. Sorry to say that. Not many our customer like Massive Celcom, DG, 5G company, DNB, even Telecom Malaysia, they do not spend a lot of capex in this year. So they are also waiting for the government announcement for the second 5G companies in Malaysia. So that is the reason everyone goes slow and hold up their investment in this year. So hopefully government will announce the second 5G company as soon as possible, so that I think there will be more capex from our customer to spend. So this is the core main reason why our performance this year is not as good as last year. Okay, next. Okay, this is revenue by segment. As mentioned to you, telecommunication network services is still OCK core business. I think almost 83% of the revenue from TNX. Second is M&E. I think M&E we are closing up certain project, so that's why we have this 7% revenue, and also because of the data center project. So in the last 18 months, we OCK actually are involved in the data center projects. We did a lot of this backup power solution scope for data centers in Klang Valley and also in Johor. Okay, and then this is our. It's okay. I think we can move to the next slides. Okay, this is the key summary. So total asset, we are quite big now. We have 1.8 billion asset, mainly is from our tower and also from our solar. So I think in terms of asset, our asset is much more bigger compared to our market cap on Bursa market. Okay, total equity fund 830 million, also quite an impressive number and also bigger than our market cap. Okay, total liability is about 900, about 1 billion. Okay, and then we have quite a good this current ratio, 2.1 times, and also gearing ratio is also healthy, 0.65. Next. Okay, this is just to show you our year-on-year performance in terms of revenue and also in terms of profit. Okay. Uh, yeah, I just explained last year was a record high year, 722.8 million. Okay. So compared to 2022, 2024 were a little bit so-called slowdown due to the Malaysian market. Okay, next. Okay, one of the beauty of OCK business model is we are having quite a substantial recurring revenue. Recurring revenue is come from our tower rental income and also our solar income. Okay, so this is very stable and also very sustainable recurring revenue. Is almost 58% of the total revenue actually from this long-term recurring revenue. So, and then the rest of the 42% from the full turnkey contract revenue, or we call contracting revenue, data center contracts, and also M&A and also trading. Next. Okay, these are few research houses that cover OCK. I think the number Interpack really. Okay, I think this report I think will be quite I mean, can be get from the respective research house website. All by cost. Future outlook. Next. Okay. Uh, so we are still looking positive on telecommunication industry, especially 5G. Okay. Okay, this year a bit slow because of government still in the mid to decide who they want to award for this second 5G companies. So far, the rumors say that I think government will announce the winner before end of this year. Yeah. Okay. And then we, in terms of managed services, we are growing quite well. I think we are gaining market share, especially in Indonesia. Last year, the total number of sites we manage is in the range of 48,000. I think this year we increased to 55,000. So we are still very aggressive to so-called explore to win more market share in Indonesia. We are started to explore to work directly with those big tower companies in Indonesia. They also started to give us some contracts to manage their tower in Indonesia. Okay, next. Okay, tower leasing. This is which are generating long-term recurring revenue for OCK. Our leasing agreement signed with mobile operators ranging from 5 to 15 years. So Malaysia this year slow, but as a matter of time, uh, once government announce the winner of the second 5G company, the business will definitely will pick up. Actually, the total number of 5G towers in Malaysia is less than 10,000, still very small. I think from theoretical planning, they planner aspect, I think we need to have like minimum 35,000 to 40,000 5G towers in order to give the nationwide coverage, full coverage in nationwide. Okay. Vietnam, we are very positive in Vietnam. Vietnam government just announced two 5G license to two biggest, three 5G license, sorry, to the three main players in Vietnam, three main mobile operators. So right now they are still in Vietnam. They are not so-called started this 5G in big scale. So the mobile operators there is like Malaysia is a bit careful. I think they just started with minimum coverage by sharing together with existing 4G tower sites. So, but as a matter of time, we believe in next 1 to 3 years, I think they will go into the big scale deployment or roll out for their 5G network. Vietnam is a very big country. In total population is in the range of close to 100 million. Okay, I think they are almost, if I remember well, close to 100,000 towers in Vietnam. It's a big market in terms of population. Myanmar, we are not going to spend additional capex to build more towers in Myanmar due to the reason this military coup. So right now Myanmar government is managed by the military since 2021. Okay, since that we stopped to expand our Myanmar business. We still keep as it is. So far so good. We have no problem in collection or to bill our customer because the people there still want a mobile network and mobile and also 4G coverage. Just we don't want to spend more capex to grow the network until the so-called the situation in Myanmar get more stabilized. So far, in the last 18 months, no major so-called incidents happened in Myanmar. Next. Okay. We will continue to grow our solar farm business, our green energy business. In the pipeline now, we have secured around 8 megawatts solar farms under this net energy metering scheme by government. So we are going to we are applying all the necessary permit and all this process. So hopefully in before Q2 next year, we able to complete this 8 megawatt solar farm in Peninsula Malaysia. Okay. Data center is the so-called main focus of OCK in this year. We have delivered about 40 to 50 million jobs for our data center customer in the scope of backup power solution because every data center they need to have backup power. In Malaysia, we have only one electricity company, which is Tenaga Nasional Berhad. So single point of failure because data center need to have 99.999% uptime, and so that's why every data center they need to have a backup power solution, and they use genset and as their backup power. And every data center they have they have many gensets, and gensets are so-called running by using diesel. So that's so Backup power solution means OCK job is to provide the genset and also the big diesel storage tank in the few gallons, very big underground, and also the so-called the flow control system to flow the diesel to all the respective genset in the event of power failure. So that is OCK scope in data center. And just beside that, actually, we also explore in fiber connectivity job for data center. I think just 2 weeks ago, we secured our first fiber contract for to interconnect few data centers in Malaysia. That contract is in the range of 30 million ringgit Malaysia. So hopefully we will win more contracts in the coming months for data center. Data center is very hot now in Malaysia. They are building. There are many data centers, especially in Johor Bahru. Okay. Next. Okay. This is the dividends. We have our we set up a dividend policy last year. So 20% of our profit. So we just declare first dividends in this year, which is around 30% of our patami, our net profit. So we will continue to declare to give revenue to our shareholders. Okay, next. Okay, thank you. I think this is the last slide. Any questions?
All right. Okay. Thanks for the wonderful presentation, Datuk. So I think just to remind to all attendees, if you have any question, feel free to type into the chat box. And yeah, so I think there's a few questions here. So regarding your capex, so what would be your capex for expansion plan for 2024 and also going forward 2025?
Yeah, capex wise this year we don't have much to spend. Actually, we in the beginning of the year we plan to spend around 70 million, 70 ringgit Malaysia. But due to there are not many towers to build in Myanmar, so sorry in Myanmar, in Malaysia. So that's why we don't spend this capex. And then Vietnam, yes, we spent some capex to acquire another 200 over towers. I think from until today, since January, which is I think in the range of 30 million ringgit Malaysia. So yeah, not much capex. Then there's another 8 megawatt solar farm that we need to build. But these 8 megawatt solar farms are small solar farms in few locations. So the capex required is not going to be a lot. I think it's in the range of 20 million ringgit Malaysia.
Okay, so since you touch on your telco business, right? So I mean, now that you just expanded into Laos, so what's the update there, and how is the 5G adoption rate in Laos?
Laos is a small country. I think total population is around 7 to 8 million. We have signed a contract with one new operator called Best Telecom. So they just launched their 5G network a few months ago, but they launched by sharing the towers with the existing mobile operators. They have launched. I think they now right now they own like less than 200 sites in Laos, and actually they have awarded us about 100 towers to build and lease to them. So as of now, after survey, after replanning, I think they have confirmed they want to, from this 100 location, they confirm they want to build like, they confirm 31 locations. So we are waiting for the purchase order to be given to us before, yeah, so that we can start to build these 31 towers, yeah, in Laos. So this is this year plan. So next year they told us they want to build another 500 towers. So, but this is we will work closely with them, and see, because they keep changing their so-called planning and also marketing strategy. So that's why we have not started to build the towers, even though they have awarded to us 100 towers. But we want to see their commitments to give us the purchase order to start building. Okay. Yes. Any more questions? Can't hear you, lah, Aiman. Aiman, I can't hear you.
Hello.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. So the 500 towers is not confirmed yet in
Yeah,
Laos.
yeah,
Is that
yeah, next
correct?
year.
Okay. So I think there's one question here. What is the revenue for solar farms as compared to other source of revenue? I mean, maybe he's asking on the percentage breakdown.
Oh, okay. Based on, let's say, uh, we own these 30 small solar farms in capacity of around 14 megawatts. So the annual revenue from this 14 megawatt solar farm is in the range of 13 to 14 million in Malaysia. Still relatively small. I think only like let's say a few percent of our total revenues. Yeah, I think about 2 or 3% of our total revenue.
Okay. 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 So there's I mean, just now you touch on during your presentation you touch on your digital business segment. So I know this is a strategic diversification that OCK made. So what are the prospect for this segment, and how big it can grow lah,
Okay,
for?
okay. It's not really diversification. It's just additional revenue source. So because just we are planning ahead, knowing that 5G ultimately in Malaysia will be only two 5G companies. So so the compared to 4G, I think 4G we have four customers. So come to 5G, we only have going to have two main customers. So we foresee there will be some in long run, so revenue or from this 5G might not be as good as 4G. That's why we started to look into additional revenue source, which is in digital space. So OCK is very good in physical connectivity lah. So we are good in building out, building tower, laying fiber cables, and digital is more on the so-called upstream, more on the applications and to provide the solutions to our customer. So we target to we target two industry, two key industry in this digital. One is health. Uh, uh, Another one is in the transportation industry. Okay, I think this is our key customer targets, and also knowing that our government is going to spend and having a budget to transform certain agency or to digitize it, their government process and also the way of working. So we know there are few tenders is going to throw out this year and next year. So that's why we want to tap into this market because all the digital, whatever digital solution we need to, I mean, the customer or government wants it. The basic fundamental is they need to come together with a physical connectivity. Okay, for example, they say government want to digitize all the government hospitals. They need to have a good connectivity or fiber connectivity to interconnect all the hospital in order for them to share information and share data. So yeah, I think this is the reason why we want to come into this digital space.
I see. Okay, so
We have
maybe to
participated a few tenders in the last 9 months. Yeah, so we are still waiting. I think actually we secured one small contract, few millions, but this is more on the enterprise, on the private side, not the government one. There is to to upgrade their current security and monitoring system in one of the shopping malls in Glen Valley. Yeah.
okay. Okay, there's one question here regarding the OCK share price. So I think many of us here have concern on OCK share price where the stock has dropped 25 to almost 30% from the top. So what's the story? What's the story behind? Any idea what happened?
I have no idea. We have no control of the share price. It's a market free flow. It might be I I believe it's a sentiment of telco industry in Malaysia. I think it's really quiet. This is the first time in the past 20 years this year. I seen such a quiet telco market. Not many so-called CapEx expenditures or even OpEx expenditures in the market. I believe this is one of the main reason. So people or in the market they might be so-called negative about the performance of the company in the next few quarters. I think OC one I think I did highlight just now. One of our so-called beauty of OCK is we have recurring revenue. We don't totally rely on contracting income. So I think almost 54% of our revenue are from recurring. It's not from a contract. Even they say still no clear directions. All these 5G, second 5G companies and or operators still do not want to spend more capex or the MCMC tenders still not full out yet. So, but we still have our recurring revenue to sustain. And actually, Indonesia we are doing well. I think this year also expecting a double digit growth in Indonesia. Last year I think we did about 114 million revenue in Indonesia. I think this year will be more than this number. Vietnam, I'm positive. I think as a matter of time, Vietnam, once they full force to deploy their 5G, it will be much more bigger deployment compared to Malaysia because they have 100 million population. Yeah, I believe it's more on the sentiment. For those who follow OCK for long, I think we are a bit so-called slow, but at least we are steady. I think we until today, since day one, when we launched our prospectus, until now, we still keep our so-called business strategy and direction as it is. So in 2012, when we listed on ACE, we told our shareholders we want to build our recurring revenue. Those days we have a zero recurring revenue. We only rely on the contracting revenue. So now about 12 years time, we successfully grow our revenue, recurring revenue to 54%. So we will continue to do that. But in maybe because we from a small subcontractors, we don't have big capital to acquire solar farm, more solar farm, or to acquire a big number of towers in short period of time. So we still very rely on our organic growth. We rely on the debts and also equity to grow our business. Yeah. So in terms of business operation and nothing wrong with OCK. We still very healthy, and we have so-called very good plan ahead, and we also participated few big tenders. I think we hope, and also I believe we will win at least one or two.
Okay, so maybe a follow-up question on that, right? So what's your percentage of Insti shareholders in OCK?
Insti is still quite substantial in OCK. I think there is, I think from our annual report, I think you can see that the top 20 largest shareholders, more than, I believe, almost 50% are held by Insti. I think in total, I didn't say, I don't see the shareholder list for quite some time. I believe it's still in a range of 20 over to 30%.
All right. Okay, so moving on to the next question. So, with the current strengthening of ringgit, how is this impact? How can this impact OCK?
I would say almost zero impact. Our receivables in Indonesia are all local currency. Our contract are local contracts. Customer pay us in rupiah. We also pay our contractors our salary in rupiah. Vietnam is also 100% Vietnamese dong, so there's no US dollar. Myanmar, yes, 60% of our revenue is US dollar based, but in Myanmar, the way it works is, let's say I send an invoice today to our customer in US dollar, then the customer will base on today US dollar rate to change to the local currency. And then after the payment term due in next 60-day times, so we will receive that whatever amount in the local currency. So I think almost also no very negligible risk in US dollar in 60 days.
So it should be very minimal.
Very, very minimum. Yeah. Yep.
So maybe I can take last question here. So how do the increase of the minimum wage, and the compulsory EPF contribution impact the profitability of OCK Group?
No impact. All our staff salaries are more than 2,000 ringgit. We don't have foreign labor in our companies, so no impact to OCK.
So most of your staff receive more than the minimum wage
Yeah,
lah.
yeah, already for many years. We don't
I
have
see.
staff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the only question we have for today. And Yeah, I think we have the general idea on what OCK Group does. And yeah, with that, we end our corporate insight webinar for today. Thanks everyone for joining. Thank you, Datuk David. Thanks,
Thank you.
thanks.
Thank you.
So, right. So, see you in the next webinar. Bye, everyone. Thanks. Thanks for joining.